Hey everyone, welcome back to the Highland Fox. Today is our first whiskey review, and we decided to start it off with Lagavulin 16 Year, which is one of Lindsay's favorite whiskeys.
So this baby is not one that I thought I would like.
No.
Our first attempt at peated whiskey wasn't a catastrophe,
It was close.
but it wasn't good.
Yeah.
So it took us a while to, or at least for me, to even want to go near Scotch or peat. So the first time we ever tried a smoky peated whiskey was on our honeymoon, and we tried, I forget the year, but it was Lafroig.
Lefroy, yeah.
Which is a very heavy Scotch. And it took me a while to get near this again.
Yeah.
But Lagavulin has a special place in my heart now.
Yeah. I would say it's probably top 2 of your favorite whiskeys of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it definitely made a huge impact. We also had, was it Lefroy in Kylie's Dragon Blood
that
drink?
was such a terrible drink.
We went to a bar one time and got a drink called Dragon's Blood, and it was like you stuck your face in a campfire, and we were like, oh, we'll never drink Scotch. Because we were both pretty new to whiskey at the time. But, okay, so why Lagavulin? If you didn't like Scotch, why did you start with such a peated whiskey?
So for those of you that have never seen Parks and Rec, I recommend watching it, but there is a character on Parks and Rec, Ron Swanson, and he is obsessed with this whiskey. So we both have a deep appreciation for this man. So when I saw this on a menu in a bar that we liked back in Maryland called Dry 85, the waitress was like, just try it. If you don't like it, we'll try something else. We're like, you know what? Sure. Why not? And I took a sip and...
Yeah. And it was a perfect way to try it because she was very knowledgeable of whiskey, and she even said, if you don't like it, I'll drink it. So she was kind of like daring us to try it because she was kind of hoping we didn't like it, and then she was able to drink it as well. So I think
great
she was
job.
right. I know. So I think she might have been a little bit disappointed when she came over and she was like, "Hey, what do you guys think?" And we're like, "It's delicious."
Yeah.
So,
And yeah, since then it's been great. I want to explain though what peated whiskey is, because for a while, way too long, I didn't know what it was, and people talked about it around me, and I spoke about it like I knew what it was. I was like, yes, peated whiskey, the economy. Ha ha ha. And finally, I was like, you know what, Dr. Google, what is this that I keep speaking knowledgeably about? And I was wrong. So peat is thousands of years of decayed vegetation, animals, moss. It's like a fossil fuel soil found in Scotland, mostly in Islay.
yeah.
That's what that region's known for, peat whiskey. But they take this soil and they cut it up, put it in blocks, dry it out, and when they light it on fire, that smoke through the barley or the malt takes on that specific peat flavor. So it's a smoky tobacco-like flavor.
Yep. That's a great way to explain it.
Yeah, there's more chemical description of it, but that's just an easy way to describe it. So
And there's plenty of other whiskey blogs and stuff out there that if you want to get real deep into what exactly peat is, you can just Google what is peat, and I think you'd be able to find it pretty quickly. That's what we did.
But when someone talks about peat, just know it's that smoky tobacco-like flavor.
Yeah. So yeah, if you go to a good bar, like an actual bar, not just like the local bar, well, I guess you could have good bartenders there. But if you go to like one with a real bartender and you say, and they ask you like, hey, I like whiskey, but I don't really know what I want to try, they'll usually say, how much peat do you like? So if that's kind of Scotchy. There's not a lot of like Irish whiskeys or bourbons, and we'll do a video later about that, like what all the different types of whiskeys are.
Yeah.
Like E-whiskeys, no E-whiskeys, Irish, Canadian, bourbon.
Yeah, but right now, I kind of want to get into this one because this is delicious.
Yeah. So this is, again, Lagavulin 16 Year from Islay, right? So I say it?
Islay.
You're the Scottish person here. So yeah, normally is about $80 or $90 a bottle.
I've seen it go for $100 recently because it has been a little difficult to get in the States.
That's true.
So I've had some trouble trying to locate Lagavulin recently. So usually 80, kind of 100 now. But I wouldn't say this is your everyday whiskey. If it is, message me. We all should be friends. But
yeah, this is our like special edition whiskey.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. We're sitting out in the backyard.
Yeah.
Like,
I
don't know.
Yeah.
This is,
it's not a daily.
Just a special, special
daily
whiskey to me.
So before we try it, do you want to tell the story of when we snuck it into a hospital, or do you want to try it first?
We'll save that story for later.
For later in the video. I already kind of ruined it, so we got to tell it at this point.
Fine. Okay. So another reason that this whiskey is so special for both children after labor, delivery, all that stuff, this man, my knight in shining armor, snuck a flask of Lagavulin in to the 2 hospitals, and it was glorious. I didn't want water. I didn't want coffee. I wanted this.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
So her first drink after both labors, she had Lagavulin 16. So that's how good it is. After drinking nothing for 9 months, the only thing she wanted was Lagavulin 16. So I think that's the perfect segue into actually trying it.
All right. So I'm looking at the color.
Yeah.
Deep amber gold.
Oh, for sure. And these are called Glencairn glasses. They help funnel the aromas. It's a little bit different than wine tasting. I don't know a lot about wine tasting, but it's not exactly the same. You don't swirl it or anything like that.
Yeah. All right. When you smell, make sure you leave your mouth open.
Yeah, that was an interesting. We went to Angel's Envy, and they told us about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What are the notes? Stop.
Oh, man.
What are the notes?
I got excited. It's a good whiskey.
All right. So immediately you're going to get that
peat.
Cloudy smoke tobacco.
Yep.
But it's not like that drink. It's not that face in the campfire.
No, it's not overwhelming by any means.
Yeah.
It's almost like warming. Mm-hmm. Like you're like came in from the snow kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a little bit of caramely.
I'm getting vanilla.
You're getting vanilla?
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting a little bit of caramel.
I feel like I'm a fisherman on a boat off the coast of Scotland, like a salty, briny.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right, now we can taste.
Finally.
Okay.
That's smooth.
Oh, so smooth.
It's much smoother than you would think it would be.
Yeah, it's very rounded, despite that strong smoke flavor. I think it's such a complex good.
But you don't necessarily get that. I don't necessarily get the smoke right away.
No.
Like you get other flavors first.
Yes. What are you getting right away?
Definitely it's the fruitiness, but I always get the fruitiness, like sweet fruits over you do.
Yeah. I mean, you have like sugar in your bloodstream.
Yeah.
So like any sugar or fruit, you usually pick out right away.
Yeah. That's definitely, I get the sweet fruits first.
I'm definitely getting, same with like the salty brine.
Yeah.
Like a salty brine, iodine flavor.
Yeah.
If you have never tried one of these and you're like, ew, iodine, it's not gross. You'll get it when you taste it.
I think your smell was close. Just picture you're on like a cold Scottish fishing vessel.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what I'm like that saltwater taste in your mouth is kind of what. Yeah.
But I'm not. See, I don't get a lot of fruit. Like maybe like a
it's not
fig.
overwhelming. It's not like I wouldn't say it's like a rum. You know.
Yeah, but I could see like a fig, like a not like raspberry.
Oh yeah,
but,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, maybe fig or not raisin, but yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. To me, this is definitely like the initial taste is just so complex and smooth and a little smoky, but not ashes and.
Yeah.
I just love this.
So how does it finish for you?
So long, like the length it stays in your mouth and finishes, and just so good.
Yeah. And again, it's not one of those like when you get like a stale cookie and like you just are rubbing your tongue to try to get the flavor out. Like it stays with you, but like you want it to. Like you don't have to. This isn't like a college drink that you chug and just get drunk on. Like this is like you take a sip and it lasts you for minutes, and then you take another sip, and like you don't have to.
Keep going.
You don't have to like chug it to keep the taste there. Like, since we've tasted it, it's still, you get that warm, like, it's not like face full of campfire like some peats, but it's like that warm, cozy, like, oh, this is like home. Kind of. That's how it finishes for me, at least.
Yeah. This is definitely not a peated Scotch that I would first try. No. It's definitely not the most intimidating one. I think like Ardbeg and Lefroy are way smokier.
Yeah.
But I think like Macallan's are a little milder than this one.
Yeah.
But
even Johnny Walker's, like you start getting into like Johnny Walker Green. That's probably a easier transition into Scotch if you're not used to them.
But this one I think has the most. I hope I'm not making anyone mad. This one I think has the most like, not mature, but like complex.
Complex is a great word.
Rounded.
Yeah.
Flavor.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is just so good.
All right. Well, that is our review of Lagavulin 16. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comments below. If there's any other whiskeys you want to see, we have some lists on our list that we want to try to do. If we can try to find them, we'll take some of your comments and reviews, and if we can find them. But, let's finish off with a recommendation. Would you recommend this whiskey and to who?
I obviously would recommend this whiskey, but not to everyone because it will put you off Scotch. And I think Scotch is vastly underappreciated, maybe just amongst the people I know.
Yeah.
But I think that Scotch fell away for a little bit and it's making its comeback, but I think it is highly underrated. So I would recommend this to the person that is already into whiskey and is looking for maybe a new challenge. I would say check it out and then let us know. And just tell us how you enjoy. If you like Lagavulin, how do you enjoy it? Do you sit by the campfire? Do you sit by the kitchen table?
Yeah.
Only for birthdays, Christmas, whatever.
And I think that's a good point too. Like, I would recommend it neat personally, and I'm not gonna. I mean, you said everything perfectly. I wouldn't. This would not be my starter Scotch, but I would definitely give it a shot if you're into it or you want to try to get yourself a little bit more developed in that kind of way. But I would recommend it neat. If you want to try it with an ice cube or whatever, drink it however you like. That's the beautiful thing about Scotch is, and any whiskey really, drink what you like. If you buy $1,000 bottle and like it with Coke, good for you. I wouldn't do that, but it's whatever makes you happy.
Yep.
So
it's whiskey is made to be enjoyed. Drink it how you like it. Drink who you like. And
Oh, you like me.
I do, a little bit. I mean, you bring me whiskey in the hospital, so how
That's
do I
fair.
not like
That's
you?
right. That's true love. Find someone that'll bring you whiskey in the hospital. All right, well, we'll close out this video. This was our first whiskey review, and keep subscribe to the channel to see more whiskey reviews and F1 reviews. So thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Bye.